Hey yo, what the fuck is up? This is Young M.A. I'm fucking with Mikey T, the movie star, and you are now tuned in to the Report Card Radio. Bow!
So you were talking about, being in jail and going up to the other rappers. I assume you mean like just the other rappers in the jail, but did you run into any celebrity rappers while in jail?
Celebrity rappers who I came across. Let me see, ODB. I came across ODB when we was in Rikers Island. He was in C95. He was a bug out. He was like smoking cigarettes off the floor. He wasn't taking showers. You know what I'm saying? He was ODB for real. But then he'll go on a visiting floor. He'll have like two bad chicks visiting him and shit. But he had like, when I met him in there, he had like, he wasn't all wrapped up right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell he was like spaced out and shit. So, and whatever he was outside, he was like times 20 in jail. So, he was kind of spaced out. I don't know if he was taking meds or some shit, but he was a little spaced out. We was in the same house together, but I used to see him like in the yard, and then people be talking about him. I see him, on our way to the rec or in the hallways and shit. I see him in the visiting room, but he was just spaced out, like, you know what I mean? One time when I seen him in the visiting room, I was like, yo, what's up, old dirty bastard? He's just like, he was just looking like this. It looked like he was on medication, like he was medicated. His face was all bloated. And this was right before he died. This is like when around the time like he did the bid and he went home. I think he signed to the Roc A Fella. And then that was around the time it was over for him. Well, he was paid, like, he was a little spaced out. I don't think he was in the best state of his life at that time. You know what I mean? I think he was kind of in a, But I seen him on the visiting floor. And he wasn't taking showers. He was picking up cigarette butts on the floor. People was always talking about him, like, you know what I mean? But I just looked at him like, damn, like sometimes people that's so great, you know what I mean? Like people that are really talented and gifted, they take pain and they take, shit differently. You know what I'm saying? And it really affects them and shocks them to their core. So I think it was one of them for him, like, he was just really talented, really gifted, but he was also like spaced out, like, you know what I'm saying? He was kind of like, and I think the prison situation at the time, it really claimed him a little bit. You know what I mean?
So you were also saying you were locked up with Khadafi?
Yeah, I was locked up with Tragedy Khadafi. We was in Sing Sing together. Me and him, we spoke a bunch of times. He came into the jail, and at that time, me and my homies, we had got a correctional officer to bring us a fucking beat machine. So we had this beat machine, and you could connect a mic to it, and you could record music, which is like, that was like a studio that was unheard of in jail, you know what I'm saying? And we set up a little studio in the school building. We had this beat machine, we could record music, and we set up a little studio. And then when Trash pulled up, I heard that he pulled up, I immediately sent the word like, yo, we got the studio, pull up. So he came down here to fuck with us and shit. We laid down some music, you know what I mean? We were just in jail, like, just still in jail trying to make it happen. You know what I mean? The spirit was still alive.
I wanted to talk about the new music, Movie in the Making.
Yeah. Movie in the Making, MITM. So this is an album that I've been working on for a minute. I wrote a lot of it in prison. Much of it was done before I went on my fucking 16-month violation. And then I went back in, and then that album was supposed to be dropped around the time I went back in for my violation, but I got locked up. So. And I got locked up like 3 days before my single and my video dropped with Dave East. So You know what I mean? The single, it was on Sirius Radio. It was getting love, but I wasn't there to promote it, so that shit kind of died. The album was ready to go, and then I got locked up. 3 days before I was releasing the first single featuring me and Dave East Going Down, I got locked up. I came out on bail, but then I knew that they was gonna fucking violate me. So me and Young M.A shot a video. Me and Young M.A did the song. I did the songs with Dave East and Young M.A before they blew up. You know what I'm saying? They was kind of in the space where I'm at right now. Like, you just know something might happen, you know what I'm saying? So I saw that, and then I took the advantage of it. I took advantage of it, and I reached out to them like, yo, let's do a feature, because I know at that time I could afford it. You know what I'm saying? I could, make it happen, you know what I'm saying? Before they blew up. So we did the features and shit, and then I was ready to release the album, and I got locked up. So I stopped the album, I paused the album, and for the 16 months that I was gone, I've been waiting to drop this album. So now I came home, I took a couple songs off. Most of this album is like when I first came home last time. So it's kind of like an older feel. It has like a, you know what I mean? Like when I first came out of jail, that time after doing 10 years, you know what I mean? It has like a real strong nostalgic New York feel to it, because I was in a time capsule. You know what I'm saying? I was in prison, not listening, not knowing, not on Instagram, not on whatever the fuck, World Star, whatever the fuck. So I didn't know about all of this other shit that's been going on. All I know about was what's going on, like G-Unit, like fucking Lloyd Banks, like, you know what I mean, 50 Cent, like motherfucking, Jim Jones, Cameron, like that was the time. So when I came, although I knew there was new shit going on, but my mind was still based on the old stuff, you know what I'm saying? So when I came, that this album was based off of that, with that feel, like how I interpreted music at that time, you know what I'm saying? How I expressed music at the time, you know what I'm saying?
So you want to jump into that record, Say a Prayer? Tell me about how it came together and meeting Young M.A.
Say a Prayer, I remember I was shooting a video, I was shooting my Voices in My Head video.